What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm here to talk about another documentary from FilmRise. This one is called Pornocracy, and as you can tell from the title, it is all about online porn. But this is a kind of a darker, a little bit scary look at the business side of online adult entertainment. It starts off by kind of detailing the shift on into digital production and digital distribution, the changes that kind of caused as far as greater profits because they had more exposure and more access. People could, didn't have to worry about going somewhere to rent a movie or to go to a theater to see this stuff. They could see it whenever they wanted to in the privacy of their own home without, having to kind of reveal their interests or face any kind of judgment. And then it quickly moves into the rise of tube sites, which of course are sites that bring together a lot of free clips and free videos, as we all know, most of which are pirated and are not properly licensed, and how those sites kind of decimated and devastated the porn industry. And you think of it being this, multi-billion-dollar industry, which is true, but where does the money go is another big part of what this documentary looks at. The tube site stuff is looked at from the perspective of both the some of the boutique places that were kind of crushed underfoot when they wouldn't agree, and some big companies too, when they wouldn't agree with the larger tube sites about kind of giving them content for nothing for a little bit of a kickback. When those companies wouldn't agree to do that, the tube sites kind of pushed them completely out of the industry. And it looks at how one company, kind of a shadowy company to be honest, was able to use the tube sites and create almost a complete monopoly over internet porn. We're all kind of familiar with companies like Monsanto, who own just an endless array of brands and companies. And whenever you go to the store, you see like all these different varieties of food, but in all actuality, the same two or three companies are producing all of it. They just use the different labels to create an illusion of choice and an illusion of, to help you kind of connect with brands so that you're not looking at just a gigantic conglomerate, basically. Now that's scary. Imagine that, but in porn, and that's what the company MindGeek, which I can't remember what the name it used to go by, but that's pretty much what it is. The movie spells it out exactly. This is the Monsanto of porn. So food is bad enough when it's controlled like that, but when people's bodies and when people's potential physical safety, health issues, creativity, their artistry, when all that is controlled by this shadowy company, it's scary stuff. And the movie deals with that. It looks at a lot of different aspects of the business side of online porn, and it's kind of frightening. You hear from a guy who got death threats from the company whenever he was kind of researching it and trying to figure out who was behind it and where all the money went to. It looks at potential like money laundering and tax evasion, all kinds of stuff like that. So this is not a movie to watch if you want to be titillated. This is a movie to watch if you're genuinely interested in, kind of the darker side of online porn and how the business works from a nuts and bolts perspective. The movie does have some nudity in it because it does deal with porn. It does show a little bit of that. It's not hardcore. There's some bare breasts, some stuff like that. Nothing, severe. I found this to be a pretty well-made documentary, and it was definitely interesting. Definitely not what I expected going into it, but I thought it was really well done. Kind of scary stuff. I knew that some of these companies were aligned, but I had no idea that literally one company owned so much, and then on top of what they don't own, they have so much power and so much money that they pretty much control almost all of that tiny fraction that they don't outright own. It's scary stuff, that most people probably honestly aren't going to care about, because for some reason people think that, people who create adult entertainment shouldn't be afforded the same rights and privileges as people who create other, more mainstream types of art. But to me, I think everybody who puts into, channels their creativity into creating something deserves the same level of protection. And hopefully this movie will shed some light on that for some people, and who knows, maybe it'll lead to something, to getting some real changes out there. So I like the movie. If you're interested in documentaries, or you're interested in kind of learning more about, the inside picture of online porn, I would definitely check out Pornocracy. It's available on Blu-ray, DVD, digital services from FilmRise. If you want to read my full write-up of it, you can check it out at markfusion.com. as well as hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other reviews, including a lot of documentaries. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Letterboxd, and Patreon. If you want to support me directly through Patreon, I use all that money, goes directly to buying movies and TV shows and whatnot to help run the site. I'm not, buying fancy diamonds and furs and all that kind of stuff. I'm not investing in, the Monsanto of porn, if that's what you're concerned about. It all goes directly to, to create new content. But as always, the best way to help me out is just to hit the sub button. It's free, easy, direct way to support me and to help me, to continue to create content here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, if you like documentaries, my kind of a darker look at something that not a lot of people want to pull the curtain back on, definitely check out Pornocracy. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.